An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Tennessee Volunteers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Trying to get the corner. Knocked down, could not turn the corner, and already this offense behind the chains.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Volunteers will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Going to try to get it himself. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. The Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. A low line drive and short kick. And the ball will come to rest just inside the 40-yard line. On that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Breaks into the open. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
we're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's brought down to the 49. That is well short of the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Leaves it with the back. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll knock him down. The Vols racing to the line in the hurry-up. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special. And of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And the Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
And the Volunteers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a third down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced a big interception.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do with it.
Wants to go up top. Got the quick pass. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Callaway. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. With the catch, it's Henson. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you could tell maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. Didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together. A good response from punting last drive.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. They're going to ride this running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming.
And you can tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. QB draw. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. Turning it on. still short of the first down marker. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, cause direct. That had to be a blown assignment. The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's looking to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Vols decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job on the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds his big tight end. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. And the Bulldogs with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now the throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
And the Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism back.
Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Using the quick game. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Neyland Stadium, alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. grabbed in the middle. It's Callaway. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. There he goes. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Off play action on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Callaway. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. And still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. He's got it. That should be the final play of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Vols will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Callaway. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. There's certainly room for improvement after that scoreless first-half stalemate.
Yeah, we've set offense back 30 years in that first half, but we've got a whole new half to play here. So why not come out on this first drive, make a statement, and finally get us back into the age of contemporary country?
You sound very discouraged as I sound encouraged. That's great defense. Phenomenal defense in the first half. Who doesn't love a 0-0 halftime game?
Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face 3rd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you could spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Trying to set up the screen.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if they're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
Makes the catch near the 50. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So here is the Tennessee offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Wants to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. Got him downfield. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job of looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown ball. And that one will come up here in the second half.
And finally, somebody gets on the scoreboard. A first half of no points, 0-0. Now in the third quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trend setter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
Coming out with it, it's Callaway. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. The quarterback doesn't throw it away. Instead, the defense forces a loss.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
And I just love having matchups out wide that I know can win. Guys that are so fast on the perimeter that threaten with speed, and guys start bailing and getting out of there and on third down, and I need that yardage. I can go to him, and he'll get the first down when you come.
They'll go back to the ground. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Give to the running back. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And the Bulldogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll run for it on third and short. Breaks into the open. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
They go to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but in the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Powers through the defender. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? Probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Might be changing the route. Going right to work up top. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And the Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch on the right side. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. He breaks a tackle. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Here we go. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over Kentucky. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Georgia going up tempo. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st down.
Oh, he's got some space. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of implications at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Oh, he had it, and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Georgia.
And what a great play call there on 4th down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that 4th down play for a touchdown.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I know a lot of people were thinking there is a chance this defense could contain one of the best running backs in all of college football. I don't know if anybody thought they would dominate him and completely shut him down the way they have. Negative rushing yards in the game for this guy. You cannot say enough just about how physical this defense has been.
Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Dumps it to the back. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Quarterback may change this route. Back has it. Turning it on. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look and create an opportunity for big plays. Lining up in the wildcat, let's see what they've got. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Got a little space. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that wildcat, and they give up a big play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So they come to the line, and the wildcat going to give them a different look. On the ride. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Pulls it and fires to the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. The offense changing the play. Direct snap. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And that is a statement play for this offense. With the lead, everyone knows you're going to run the football, including the defense, and they still can't stop you. They break off an explosive play. That is a backbreaker if you're this defense.
And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now that I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.